Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for a process video. Yes, I am actually doing a process video for you on my channel. I haven't done one in quite a long time. I'm a little bit rusty, but here we are anyway. Today I'm documenting the 4 doggies at the dog park at a campsite that we went to. I've got brown texture cardstock, a lighter coloured texture cardstock, and this lovely plaid pattern paper, which is Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Woodlands. It's the 4x6 elements actually, so the other side is really nice. It had some really nice cutter pots on the other side, 4x6 I think they were. But yeah, because it says it on there that there were 4x6. But yeah, I just really wanted to use this pattern here, so I sacrificed the other side to use the plaid pattern paper. I mean, what I should have done really was get 2 pieces of the actual pattern paper. So what I've done here is I've got 2 3x4 landscape photos that I've mounted onto together, well, sort of, you know, overlapping slightly, that I've mounted onto this pattern paper, framed pattern paper background. I do try and level my, straighten my layout slightly using the grid on my craft mat when I'm adding photos, just because I think it helps you with the eye line of not necessarily getting them straight, but getting them placed where you want them to be placed. So this is going to be kind of a top left to bottom right layout. So it's a framed layout, and it's also a top left to bottom right layout, which is one of my favourite things to do. I've got 2 pieces here that I've cut from that same collection, Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Woodlands. So from the tag sheet and the cutter part sheet, I don't actually know what it's called, but yeah, you know, you get the drift. I've shown it in my haul video. I've got a couple of little foam glittered leaves here that came from this here, the fall collection that I picked up at the range. I've got some sentiment bits from the same collection, which is this one here. Picked a few pieces from there. I've got a piece of my sort of burlap adhesive roll tape, which I think this is, I think I've only got this bit and another bit on my table here, and then that's all gone. So my idea here is, this is the title here, or you know, it could even be Enjoying the Great Outdoors. I'm not sure yet, but I like to use my the elements that I place on the page as a title sometimes. So whatever words or phrases I may use as part of the top layout, I then use for the title. So I think what I'm going to do is put this one relatively straight here, like that. I have inked the edges of these 2 with the archival potting soil brown ink. That's the only brown ink that I've got, I believe. So that's the one I use. And I'm not really into sort of different shades of colours. I just like to have one. Well, I mean, I have got some different shades of some ink pads, but I generally don't have like a whole collection of all the different colours because I wouldn't use them. Right, this is going to, oh, now then, do I want to do that straight? No, I don't. I want to do it slightly at an angle. I punched out the hole from the tag, glued on this little wood owl that came from my stash, and I've added a little bit of twine here. I just need to, can you see that? Yeah, I just need to trim that down slightly off because it's hanging too far off the page. So then I'm going to add this leaf sticker here, and these have got a really good stick to them, so that's good. Where do I want that to go? Just there, overlapping the frame and everything. And then I thought I'd do the same at the bottom of the page where the photos are. So again, top left to bottom right layout. Just need to decide on placement of that. I think that's fine. And then I'm going to put these words here, Enjoying the Great Outdoors. As it's been a long time since I've done a layout. Well, I haven't done many layouts anyway, but a long time since I've done a layout recording it. I do usually plan my layouts beforehand to a certain extent, but I did plan this one quite well before I came on air, so to speak, just because I wanted to make it easier on myself and less boring for the viewers. So this has got some double-sided tape on it, plus I'm adding a little bit of glue because it was a little bit fiddly. So I need to decide the placement before actually sticking it to the page, because as soon as it goes down, it's not coming up. I like things to overlap, so I'm going to have that overlapping a bit there. And we've got this one that's got the double-sided tape. I haven't got a tape roller at the moment. I think my refills ran out and I haven't actually got any. I haven't actually purchased any new ones yet. I do, although I am an embellishment girl, and as you know, I do like my embellishments. This little die cut set, oh my gosh, just love it, absolutely love it. And it's perfect for the camping photos. Now these 3 little embellishments here came from I don't know, an embellishment pack from probably one of those dress it up type ones, or maybe children's craft ones. And these have been retrieved from layouts. So my house, the house of scrap that I did, where I went through all my layouts, these were retrieved from a layout that I deconstructed. So we've got the ladybird there. I don't know what it is with ladybirds this year, but they're everywhere. Keep getting them in the house, and I don't know, I seem to remember reading about it one time that they're not the, I don't think they're the regular ladybirds that you get, you know. They kind of congregate in, if you don't keep an eye on them, they congregate like in our porch. We've got like a point to the wall at the top, like the eaves I suppose, and they congregate at the top of there above the window if you don't keep an eye on them. And sometimes you just see 1 or 2 flying around. And you think, oh, where are you making your home? So I had them a few years ago in the windowsill behind where the top of the blind is. This just recently, like in the porch, like I said. But that was the only time, so hopefully that they won't come back. I don't know if they're proper, you know, good ladybirds or invasive, or I don't know, but you know, they're very prolific this year, I know that. Right, I think that is more or less the layout. I've got my black journaling pen here, Uniball I Fine Black. Every time I do a layout that's got brown colours in it, I remember that I haven't got a brown journaling pen anymore. But I'm going to use black because that's the only one I've got. I need to add the date on here. Just pop that down there. So this was a caravan and motorhome club campsite in Derbyshire called Lickpenny. And when we visited my parents a few weeks ago to stay with them, we ended up going to the campsite for a couple of nights, and then we stayed at the campsite, and then we met my parents like at the local garden centre and that kind of thing. And the caravan and motorhome club have no restrictions on dogs, so you can take as many dogs as you've got. They don't ask how many dogs you've got, they don't charge extra for them or anything. So when we first got the puppies and we realised that it was going to be difficult to go places with 4 dogs, I somehow found out through a Facebook group, I think, about them not having any restrictions on dogs. And it's the same with the caravan and camping club as well. So we've joined both, but so far we've only stayed at a couple of sites, the caravan and motorhome club, and one of those is on the island and one was in Derbyshire. So yeah, 4 dogs. And this one had a dog park. This enclosed sort of area, gated, fenced off area just for the doggies, which at the end of September was really good, amazing. There was like a bench seat in there, you could sit in there and everything. But I would imagine in the height of summer it's probably not as peaceful or as much fun, you know. I think it would probably be quite full, and my 4 doggies, oh yes, would not like that. There was also an oak tree in there with all the acorns falling off, and I don't know if you've seen it in the news this year about acorns being toxic or not very good for dogs and equines. And yeah, I'd sort of been reading about that, and ever since then I've seen acorns everywhere. I don't know whether this year again is a prolific year. I'm jabbering on here, and at the same time as I'm jabbering on and thinking about my journaling, I'm looking at my wood dots over here and thinking I really want to get some of these on the layout, but I don't think I want to do them, you know, top right, bottom left. And I'm thinking about how I would get like them on the page without doing that. I've got these 3 that are in a straight line, obviously, but that's kind of part of the title, the extension of the title. Sometimes I do them like in a row, but I don't want to do that because this is not a it's not a straight line layout, is it? It's more of a rustic kind of layout. At this moment in time, I don't think I'm going to get them on the page. Right, so I'll do a little bit of journaling here. The dog park at Lickpenny campsite is great. I've not really got a lot to say about it because obviously, you know, it's just a dog field. It's nice to have freedom to play on the campsite. I just couldn't think what I wanted to write. Poor Holly, though, she had a knee surgery 3 months ago, and she's still on a lead. She can't go off lead for 4 months, so she's got another month of that to go, unfortunately. So she did have to stay on a lead in the dog park, which was quite sad, really. But, you know, we have to do what's right for her for the long term. We're getting there with her, so I think they're going to stay, and I actually think this layout is finished. So framed layout, double framed layout, top left to bottom right design, which is what I like to do. I've got 2 3x4 landscape photos laid on top of each other and then laid onto torn tracing paper with lots of lovely autumnal and nature themed embellishments. So yeah, I'm back. Hopefully I'll be doing process videos again. It's been about a year since I've done them. I think when I say regularly, I think I may have only done one in that year, I'm not sure, but I actually think I can probably blame the puppies for that. The puppies joined our family 1 year ago. Tomorrow, the date is tomorrow, but it was a Sunday when they came to us, and it's Sunday today. So I've had the puppies for a year, and it has been a challenging year, as you can imagine. Rescue dogs are quite challenging, and these 2 have had their health issues more recently. So yeah, I think that's probably the reason why I've not been doing process videos and not been doing as many layouts. But here I am, and hopefully, as I say, I shall be back. So once again, thanks for joining me. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.